Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about Ukraine and the war and what happened and who's likely behind it and all of that. Because it's something that happened and there's a whole lot of speculation and finger pointing going on already. And we'll just kind of run through the options, who has most to gain by doing it, and whether or not anybody has anything to really gain from it. Okay, so if you have no idea what I'm talking about, a pretty major dam in Ukraine has breached. Water is coming through. It is causing evacuations downstream, and people are having to get out of the way. It has the potential to be really bad. Now, Ukraine is saying Russia did it. Russia is saying Ukraine did it. Nobody in the long term has anything to gain from this. Not really. There are short-term gains. There are a lot of analysts right now saying there's no way Russia would do this. It's bad for their side long term. Yeah, I don't like to make the same mistake over and over again. I have a catalog of videos detailing things that would be really bad ideas for Russia to do that they later did. But we don't actually know yet. Okay, so what would Russia have to gain from it? Number one, throwing Ukraine off balance prior to a potential counteroffensive, assuming that they would be more interested in rescuing people than pursuing their military aims. Another one would be moving people who Russia believes are sympathizers to the Ukrainian side out of the area. Just removing them so they can't assist. Now, neither one of those would really justify this, because long term, this is a horrible idea. Assuming that Russia is able to hold on to this general area and Crimea for any length of time, they're going to need drinking water. A whole lot of it comes from here. But that doesn't mean they didn't do it. Okay, from the Ukrainian side, what do they have? Number one's the same. Throwing the Russians off balance prior to a counteroffensive. Making them move stuff. Yeah, okay, it's there, but that's a pretty negligible gain, realistically. That is not something that is worth the damage that this is likely to cause to their own country and to their own people. The other one that people are throwing out is, well, it cuts off drinking water to Crimea. I mean, yeah, it's definitely going to have an impact there. But Ukraine has been able to do that for a long time. That option is something that Ukraine doesn't seem like they're going to pursue. Yeah, Russia currently has it occupied, but there's a lot of Ukrainians there. That's thus far not really how Ukraine has prosecuted this war. The other question here, is this a crime as far as the laws of conflict? Maybe. Probably. Like many things, it depends on intent. You know, everybody right now is saying they did it, they did it. We have to keep in mind that it might have been an actual accident or negligence, and it wasn't actually intended. So you have that as an option. A thing the media is certainly going to play into is the water here helps provide cooling for a nearby nuclear plant. The people that I have talked to have kind of indicated that, not that it's not a worry, because they're concerned, but kind of like, there's a plan for this. We got this. Don't worry about it at the moment. Official sources are saying there is no imminent risk, but it's a concern. So they have time to kind of figure things out. And it certainly appears that they've already thought about how to deal with it. So that's what we know at time of filming. More information will certainly come out. This is an ecological disaster. On top of all of the military conflict stuff, this is going to be huge. This is going to be a major issue for years and years and years to come, which is why it seems unlikely that Ukraine would do this intentionally, because it's something they're going to have to clean up. And the gain that it gives them, it's not really a lot. It doesn't give them a massive edge here. Not one that I think would justify this. So that's all we have right now. Expect this to be an ongoing story, and more information to come out, more and more accusations to fly, and undoubtedly there's going to be a lot of sensationalism. It doesn't need sensationalism. This is going to be pretty bad. It can be objectively reported. There will be plenty of drama when it comes to trying to get people out of the way of this. Don't need to make it worse. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.